Day 30, Grandma Math. Here's our mathematician today. Her name is Sophie Germain, and she lived about 250 years ago at the start of the American Revolution in the country of France. She was particularly interested in number theory analysis, and she won a very important prize formulating a theory of how elastic surfaces vibrate. Who knew? Who knows what you guys will think of? This book is called $2, One Wallet. And there's the Sacagawea gold coin and the Washington dollar bill. This book is dedicated to our teacher, Mrs. Angie DeMillo, our moms and dads and Superman. It is written and illustrated by the third grade students of William McKinley Elementary School in Burbank, California. George was an ordinary dollar bill who lived in a leather wallet of a school janitor named Mr. Juan Carlos. Remember how we learned in our money book, which we finished, that you can't take a picture of a dollar bill in color and it can't be the right size. So they are doing a good job of doing illustrations that follow that rule. He tried to talk to a photo ID, but the ID was too shy. Who turned on the lights? Said George as Mr. Juan Carlos opened the wallet. George felt something cold and hard touch his fluffy hair. It was a coin. Please don't wake my baby. I just got him to sleep, yelped a soft voice. It shows Sacagawea and her baby, Pump or Pompey, which was the nickname Meriwether Lewis gave the baby. Sorry, said George, blushing. The Sacagawea coin was shiny gold and beautiful. George felt smelly and wrinkled compared to Sacagawea. I'm sorry I yelled at you. You look beat up and crumpled, said Sacagawea, but you look familiar. I was the first president, said George. But I've been around the country a lot. It's kind of a funny story. Well, I love funny stories, said Sacagawea. I was born in Washington, D.C. at the United States Bureau of Engraving and Printing. A huge machine printed me. I was put in a bag on a bed of my brother's. The next thing I knew, I was in a bank. A little girl got me out of the bank and she traded me for a chocolate-sprinkled donut. The donut maker sent me on a dance game at the arcade, said George. Then the arcade cashier took me to a dog bakery where I got wet and sloppery. Being slid into the claw machine at the toy store hurt, but I won a huge pink prize. Next, I was used to buy some underwear at a dollar store. It was rather embarrassing. Sacagawea giggled. I hope Mr. Lincoln is okay, said George. The Lincoln penny got put in a souvenir making machine. After that, I was used to buy a raffle ticket at a school carnival. Then I was given his change when somebody bought a hot dog. You see that George looked at the stain on his shoulder. Mustard. I survived the washing machine, although it made me dizzy. So hanging in the sun felt like a vacation, said George. The Mr. Juan Carlos put me into his wallet, said George. Wow, that's an amazing sword, said Sacagawea. It's very nice to meet you, she smiled at him. I'm famous because I helped the explorers Lewis and Clark find their way to the Pacific Ocean, said Sacagawea. My story is shorter than you. The Tooth Fairy traded me for a tooth. A nice girl named Violet put me in her pocket, but there was a hole and I fell out. I stayed on the cold playground until Mr. Juan Carlos picked me up, said Sacagawea, and here I am. I can't tell a lie. It's nice to meet a friend, said George Washington. The wallet opened and George felt a tug. He was being taken out of the wallet. No, yelled George. Goodbye, George, said Sacagawea, and she felt herself move too. Juan Carlos put her in Violet's hand. She smiled at Sacagawea and George. They both wondered where their adventures would take them next. $2, one wallet.